This week's episode is brought to you by Restless Moons Brewing, a Harrisonburg original. If you're looking for a true local hangout, this is it. They got fantastic craft beer and a community vibe that is unmatched. Find your favorite spot at 120 West Wolf Street. Visit restlessmoons.com or find them on Facebook for the full schedule. Restless Moons, crafting community one pint at a time. Stay local.
All right, kids, it's time for Bingo is Life.
Hey! The Harrisonburg Podcast.
Lovely.
Episode 160-something, maybe.
Is that true?
Yeah,
definitely.
Amazing.
We're in the
Maybe up to
160s.
not 170.
No, I don't think
Somewhere
so.
between 160 and 170. I'm Jay Zare.
Hi, Jay.
Hi.
Still alive and walking the planet. We got the Howdy Show brothers, the Bingo Boys from Briarwood Branch.
Yes.
Chris and Mike Howdy Show, left to
Yes.
right. Christian Parrot in the house.
Don't
Yes,
you eat
that's
that
right.
yellow snow.
Watch out where the Huskies go. And, that's for all you oldsters in the audience. Mom Shackles can't make it. She's busy doing what she's doing.
Working very hard.
But
Community
she was
service.
able to send us in a pre-recorded message.
Here you
nice.
go.
Here we go.
So let's rock and roll with that.
Bonjour les enfants, this is
Mom Shackles.
the Bingo is Life token female vocalizing from Staunton, Virginia, the city of Queens. You're listening to the #1 Brazilian podcast in all of Harrisonburg, Virginia. Please patronize all of our worthy sponsors and hit the like and subscribe button. Now back to our regularly scheduled erroneous mansplaining.
Okay. All right.
That actually was not Mom Shackles. That was AI.
Oh, that was
AI is not as smart as I've been led to believe.
I pressed the wrong button.
He pressed the wrong button. Okay, here.
But we really do. I do have this is her.
Okay.
Okay.
She sent this message.
I can't compare to Jay's AI fantasy audio of Mom Shackles. She is so well rested and chirpy and enthusiastic and funny. So, oh well, I guess I'll just do things that AI can't do, like clean toilets and plunge toilets and maybe dig a hole or two. But yeah, you guys are in good hands, it seems. She might drink more water than me, but she sounds better.
Thank you, Mom Shackles.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sending us.
Definitely uses more electricity than the real Mom
No, I
Shackles.
love that. Uses more, drinks more water. That was
She
a
is
nice.
one of
That
the
was a
funniest
nice,
people.
funny touch.
Oh, my God.
That was. Oh, so we're sorry that you can't be here this evening, Mom Shackles.
Very.
But thanks for
They're
sending.
probably
me
having
that
fun down there. They're probably having like some really cool band at the Wayne Theater.
Stanton,
Right.
Stanton's pretty hot. The
is.
She's in Waynesboro, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Stanton Jams is coming up.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
is.
That's right.
Yep. Give a little love to Stanton Jams. Man, there is so much coming up.
There's a
lot. Oh, no doubt.
I did want to just give if you have not seen what all is happening at Restless Moons, tomorrow they have the is Giving Wednesday or whatever that day is.
Yeah, the big community give. The great community give. Yep.
And they're having a big concert at Restless Moons.
Cool.
The day that this comes out.
Yes.
Nice.
So I mean, if you are looking for something cool to do that
You're
evening,
probably late.
you probably missed it. But outside of that, there is just I just noticed there's so much happening. Put your ear to the ground just a little bit. All the farmers markets are popping off really big. Everybody on Saturdays now is selling barbecue chicken and trying to raise money. Every church group in the valley is trying to raise money for something
Rotary
right now.
Club.
Yeah, so
Kiwanis.
oh yeah, just we'll throw out there.
Elks Lodge.
This is the time. You know what though? That barbecue chicken,
Rotarians.
it's fantastic.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
It is.
It's fantastic.
It is.
Get your barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful area
The
to be
Briar
in.
Branch Church of the Brethren is going to be
Smoking.
Going to be smoking some chicken.
We lost Chris for a second.
Sorry,
He went to a place.
That's fine.
He did.
It's good. Hey, everybody! I do want to introduce our guest.
Yes.
I think it's time to get to it.
Yeah.
Truth be told, today I was scrambling a bit trying to find a guest, and I was like, Joby. I would love to talk to
Oh, my
Joby.
goodness.
Everybody from the Amateur Rodeo / I've met him through Restless Moons, hanging out, playing music. He plays every Tuesday night. He plays every Sunday. It's Joby.
Yeah.
The Slightly Magnificent.
Yes. Hey, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Just so you all know, Joby was waving his hand that entire time.
Yep,
which
that's
you
right.
Totally
can't-
was.
Which you can't hear.
Yeah,
right,
it's great
right.
audio medium stuff.
I could kind of hear it. There was a going on. He's that good.
Oh, that's what that was.
He's that
So,
magnificent.
Joby, I have had the pleasure,
Yes.
truly the pleasure of recording music with you, not once but twice. And I am so thankful to have met you. And you play the accordion, you play the cello. And you're just one of those guys that I feel like is when I go to the Restless Moons. You're kind of just there. Well, I only go on the nights that there's music happening. So but you are a music man in my eyes.
A supremely talented musician. One of the most talented
shucks.
I've ever met. Absolutely.
No,
That's
no.
true.
You
Hand,
play
to,
with-
hand
yeah.
to whoever. Yep.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here this evening.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah. So you were at band practice before you got here.
I was because we half of Amateur Rodeo is actually playing that show at Restless tomorrow.
Oh,
nice.
okay, cool.
Nice.
That's awesome.
By the way, is it? Am I uncool if I say amateur rodeo instead of the amateur rodeo?
You know, so Julia really likes it to be the Amateur Rodeo.
Yeah.
Okay, I better say it
I
then.
think I'm the one. I think I'm the one who forgets that.
Well, I thought I should saw her giving me the side eye, just like Tucker, my dog. You didn't say
So the Tucker.
the Tucker.
The Tucker.
Okay, go ahead. You tell us what you were doing.
It just came over here from practice with John and Julia because we're playing with David. So it's actually 2/3 of the Amateur Rodeo.
Which will be Wednesday, which would probably be the
It's the day this comes out.
the day this
Yep.
comes out. That would be Wednesday, the 22nd
Sounds right.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
of April, 2000 and whatever science fiction year this is.
What's amazing though is Restless Moons is y'all are doing that show, which is it's a benefit, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the Townie Together, which is happening the next month. So, and you guys are playing that as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
no,
awesome.
I think John's really involved in organizing that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a crazy lineup.
It is it's great. Trent and
For Joey Huffman.
Dr. Hal will be there.
oh yeah, I like that band,
Who said that?
the Ghosts.
Right. You know, Joby's been at the Dr. Howe Cavern or my
yeah.
basement.
Yes.
Yes, we recorded one of your tunes there, I believe.
Right, we sure did.
Yeah.
And you had the accordion with you at that one.
Yep.
And one of the premier accordion players in Harrisonburg, I would say.
And hung out.
And hung out.
Yeah. Which, that's saying a lot to tolerate
Yeah,
us.
to tolerate. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Joby, oh,
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
So I know that you play the accordion, but you also play the cello. Do you have a preference?
Lately, I've been enjoying the accordion more. I mean, I honestly, what I've been working the hardest at is piano.
Really? That's awesome.
Which was my first instrument, and I've really been enjoying getting deeper into learning jazz stuff
Yeah.
on any instrument, but especially like being a backup player, comping as they call it in jazz, is a good brain teaser, fun way to make a different kind of beautiful music. You know,
That's awesome.
Is it true that the accordion is really just a sideways piano filled with air?
yeah, something like that.
Gotcha.
it seems harder though because you have to be moving it.
Yeah, and some kind of magic at that.
And magic.
I think it was Leonard Bernstein who said that.
Tell us about New Orleans and street magic and that stuff.
Yeah, so before COVID, the way I fed myself was by stopping groups of strangers on the street and putting on about a 10-minute long magic show, putting my hat out at the end, and they'd put money in it. It was great.
Yeah. This was in New Orleans?
It was, I mean, I
Or
traveled. I
everywhere,
lived
yeah.
out of a van.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time in Philly because of friends who were there. It was not the best place to be a street performer. But, I mean, not for those reasons as much as just like people weren't used to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Also, I tended to be there in the summer.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd go out and it was like brutally hot, and I'd think at least I'm not in New Orleans, and look up the weather, and it was actually hotter in the cement dome that is Philly.
God. We thought you meant because of the stabbing.
Right. I never had any problem with stabbing.
I used to live,
Philly's a good place. Philly's a good
I
place.
used to live near Philly, and I think Philly would not be a good place to do street magic, but maybe I'm wrong.
Because of the stabbing?
No,
It's not the stabbing; it's the people that are just laying there, looking almost dead on the sidewalk.
Because they've been stabbed.
Yeah, because they're on drugs.
Oh, right.
How about it? So you lived in New Orleans though?
Yeah, I mean, I spent probably about like a third to half of each year for the 5 years, like 2015 to 2020.
That's an amazing place. It's so cool.
I've never been.
Yeah, you should go. If you go for 1 weekend, don't go for Mardi Gras.
Okay.
That it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of spectacle. You'd probably enjoy it more than I do.
Of course.
But go for French Quarter Fest.
Yeah, okay.
Which is it's a weekend long free festival. They set up 4 stages in the French Quarter.
Yeah.
1 year that I was there, I had to decide. They had playing against each other Ellis Marsalis and Rebirth Brass Band.
Oh, my
And it was walk a couple blocks to go see one, or a couple blocks the other way to see the other.
So much fun.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm worried if you go there, Chris. I don't want you to because I don't think you're coming back. I don't think you will. Yeah.
I'm coming back.
That place has got
coming
Chris
back.
Howdyshell written all over it.
No, I think I would enjoy it.
There's riverboat gambling. There's
Is
oh god, yeah. There's
What does the decline in actual folding currency do for street performers? I mean, do you have to have a Venmo or a Square?
Yeah, that was definitely. I mean, so I haven't tried to make my living since COVID started. But yeah, definitely the last year or two, you'd run into people who said it was a great show. I wish I had cash on me. And you learn really quickly to get a QR code for every. If they mention one you don't have, then tomorrow you do,
Right.
or 10 minutes later you do, and tomorrow you have a QR code.
I take rubles now.
Is there anything that was an odd tip? Did you ever get any odd, being on the street? I'm assuming people would be like, here's a beer. Good job, man.
I was tipped in casino chips a couple of different times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
One of my favorites, worth more than any money, was some kid, maybe 7 years old, watched the show and came up and took off one of those little glow in the dark bracelets and put that in my hat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Another time there was a kid who his dad had tipped really well, but he wanted to give something and pulled 2 quarters out of his pocket and dropped it in the hat.
Oh,
I saved those for a long time, and
That's
it's
awesome.
Separate.
Yeah.
Never spend that.
Yeah, that's special. Oh, that's so cool. I just played a show at Cave Hill, and there was a girl there. She was probably 8 or 9, and she drew us a picture, and she put it in the tip jar, and she wrote on it, "You can sing." And I thought that was hilarious.
Was it a compliment, or was she giving you permission?
You can sing.
That's like the last show I did with you. All the 9-year-old boys said I can't sing from the audience. Yeah.
You can't sing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it
That's
was cool.
awesome.
It was sweet, And me and Oliver were both so we held on to it. It's at the house now.
Sounds kind of passive aggressive to me, but whatever.
Well, so that same girl though. This is all true. So you go, oh well, what do you want to hear? There wasn't very many people there, so
She's
I was
like Leonard Cohen.
No. You know what she said? She said Phil Collins.
Oh, Phil Collins.
She
Okay.
was
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, wow.
I'm like, sorry, no 9-year-old is wanting to listen to Phil Collins.
That's really specific.
Well, the one was. There's probably more, 12 or 73.
What's your name, little girl? Studio.
Makes sense now.
Okay.
Okay, I want to go back to Joby.
Yeah.
Question. Because I have seen him perform magic, and it's amazing.
I'm
It is
envious.
amazing.
Amazing. How long have you been doing magic? When did that start?
So I picked it up as a kid, which is the most magicians who I met. It was by far and away the most common story was you fell in love with it when you were 9.
Yeah, right.
I was a homeschool kid, and my only audience was my sister.
Was she a good audience?
I mean, she was good for a little while, but she got bored of it. And, I found other hobbies.
Sure.
And, it would have been like 2013. There was something going on that it was actually a performance project here in Harrisonburg. It was the first time I was here.
Cool.
I wonder if any of y'all remember something called the Carnival de Resistance.
Yes.
Yeah, I do as well.
Was it OCP or?
We did stuff involved with OCP. Like 30 of us camped on the lawn of, is it Trinity Presbyterian at like Maryland and 42?
Yeah.
Yeah, put up a big tent and put on a show for a couple back-to-back weekends.
What year was that?
2013, October, September.
That's fantastic.
Did you by any chance interface with my son Nevin Lozaire in that time period?
It's very possible. This was 13 years ago, and I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
Was there a moment when you realized, I'm doing this magic for fun, and then all of a sudden you realize, I might be able to make a little scratch here?
Yeah, so it was stuff that happened at the carnival that reminded me that, like, oh, this is fun. Somebody else was actually doing a mind reading act without any background. He just kind of had this compelling character and was goofing off. And
cool.
I knew some actual effects and tried to teach them to him. And when I went home, I lived in Chicago at the time. That had just kind of reminded me how much I had enjoyed doing magic before.
Yeah.
I was planning on traveling relatively soon. So I kind of was both getting into magic as an adult and planning on traveling and trying to figure out how am I going to feed myself.
Right,
and kind of specifically decided to relearn magic and learn to be a street performer kind of side by side.
Oh, nice.
So, like, on a good day, would you make over $100?
Yeah, like in the right place, in the right season, like, I mean, easily.
Easily. Okay.
I was really lazy and I don't care about money.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't necessarily, like, always try to hit that.
Yeah. So you didn't have a mark. You were just like, hey, I need to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta make
and there's,
something.
like, even, like, I'd get to New Orleans in the, like, I would often be there, like, fairly early in the winter, which wouldn't necessarily be the greatest season. Believe it or not, it does actually get kind of chilly there, especially once you're used to what it can feel like there, then,
right.
Chilly there might be like 50 degrees, but also really humid.
Yeah.
So there'd be times when there's not very many people. It's kind of cold. I don't really want to stand out here in the cold, but I got nothing in my wallet. And like even in those conditions, I knew like, if I spend an hour, I can find $20 to grab lunch.
Cool.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
So you mentioned Chicago, you mentioned New Orleans. You were here in 2013, Harrisonburg. What drove you back here? Like, how did you find yourself here now? You're kind of semi-permanent here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I expect to be here for a while.
Okay, cool.
Maybe forever.
Well, nice.
Whoa. So when COVID lockdown happened, I wound up holed up in this church for a month, and then went to go help this senior couple who had a hobby farm about an hour north of New Orleans.
Okay.
That she had a history, like knew the street performers, and had just had both knees replaced simultaneously, and couldn't.
I don't think I've heard that term before. A hobby farm. Is that? I've never heard that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not trying to be producing and make a profit off of what you're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Storm, just really loved animals. She was a horse girl in her 60s.
Yeah.
Which was why both of her knees needed replaced. Actually,
right.
But yeah, she would just have a couple horses, a couple cows, a donkey at one point there.
Yeah.
But yeah, wasn't trying to make a profit off of it.
Gotcha.
Just for fun. I was there for like a year and a half. It was great. Helped out around the house, helped out with the animals. Didn't have any bills, but also didn't have any income.
Yeah, right.
So it was actually the carnival comes back in. We had a reunion just gathering in North Carolina. This would have been, I guess, like the beginning of fall 2021. And some of the folks who were at that were from here. So I had a round trip ticket from New Orleans to this party in North Carolina. Was planning on going back and just like thinking I'm going to be like cold calling Burger King to like, I need some income.
Right. Yeah.
Realized that, some folks who I knew who are up here were connected to, their friend runs a like cottage industry business making beeswax candles. Shout out to Be the Light.
Ooh, Be the Light.
And they were pretty sure that if I came up here that I could it was the right time of year.
Yeah.
The need for work there is kind of seasonal.
Okay.
It turns out people don't buy candles when the sun doesn't go down before you want to go to bed.
Sure. That does make sense.
Yeah.
It checks.
So they were pretty sure it was the beginning of fall that I could probably find work there. And sure enough, I did work there for a while. But I skipped my return flight. What I had with me when I first came here was my luggage, which was like a Aldi, reusable grocery bag with a couple changes of clothes.
Oh man.
Maybe some magic tricks.
Yeah, I mean, I probably had a couple decks of cards.
Yes,
in
of
there.
course.
Did you have your accordion?
I left it at the farm for the first year that I was here. I did not have my musical instruments.
Oh my gosh! So you didn't play for a year?
I mean, not much. Like
Yeah.
if I found a piano or whatever.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Wow.
Was that a hard year for you in the sense of? I mean, or it didn't really matter?
So when I was traveling and like doing the magic thing, I was not really playing as much music as I am now or as I have in previous times in my life. Mm-hmm. So I guess I was kind of used to it at that moment. Yeah. But yeah, especially once I was thinking like, I think I'm going to be here for a little while.
Yeah.
Got around to, once I had a vehicle, drove back down and picked up what I could.
How did you find the music people here? The music people.
Yeah. I mean,
they're
the real catalyst for me was Mike Trainum.
Is that right?
Yeah, some folks who I had been connected with.
Somebody's grandpa.
Yeah, the folks who I was connected with first include some of his kin. He's got a lot of kin in town.
Right.
And I met him at a birthday party connected to that. And
Cool.
He is very enthusiastic.
Yes, he is.
And told me that I should definitely show up to the Bluegrass Jam, which I was aware of. I don't... sometimes people at Bluegrass Jams are really picky that you bring an instrument that was in Bill Monroe's band.
Yes, of course. Yes.
He didn't have an accordion in his band.
So actually, somebody the other day was telling me, don't take that. He totally did sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, Mike told me about that jam, told me about the Tuesday Jam.
Yeah. Right.
I was familiar with old time music, but hadn't played it a lot.
Yeah.
Also, don't play instruments that are super common at old time jams.
Right. Well, this is probably a good time to bring up Restless Moons.
I was just going to say, man, the things happen there.
Yeah, no doubt.
They bring people together.
And Mike, the gentleman he's talking about, he is definitely a part of, every Sunday?
Yeah.
And I guess it's...
They're jamming right now.
Yeah, is that right?
Well, probably.
Absolutely.
Of course. But every Sunday they get together, and I guess they call it an open mic, but really it's an open jam, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you show up with an instrument, and it really doesn't matter who you are, how much you know. They love people just to join in and kind of hang out and play some music.
It's such a cool way to not only get musicians together, but I see sometimes some younger people there.
Yeah,
and
right.
that's how I learned how to play guitar, was joining in campfire circles. And,
Right.
And it's so cool to see that happen.
They have that
so
young
neat.
woman playing. She's like 17. I think she was there yesterday, or Sunday rather. So young, her parents have to drive her down there.
That's awesome. Wow.
That's cool. So Restless Moons does a fantastic job of hosting that kind of, I don't know what do we even call it. It's an event, a gathering, a community of people. But it's
open
really
room.
good. Yes,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah. It's a really good place to be, and I wanted to make sure I mentioned because they are a sponsor of ours, and big shout out to Restless Moons.
And we just love those guys.
Yeah,
They're
no
just
doubt.
So cool. Yep.
Beth told me Sunday that Wizard Mode is scheduled for next month.
Yeah, I went out and finally got to see. So the folks, Jeff Moon, has got the new space called Wizard Moon.
Wizard Mode.
I'm sorry. Yeah, what did I say? Moon? That's
Yeah.
hilarious. It's called Wizard Mode.
Where is it again?
And it is right next to where the
Friendly City Food Co-op.
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Between Klein's and Friendly City.
Yeah. It's a huge space. When I walked in, I was immediately thought, wow, there's a lot of space to fill. They're going to have a huge arcade. They've got all kinds of different machines, not just your classic arcade machines. They are going to have pinball. They have this thing called Silver Strike, Killer Instinct, a Batman action driving game, which you just have to see it to understand.
Cool.
But they're starting to fill it up. They're starting to lay out what's going to happen. They want to have stage there so that they can have some music. And so it's going to be very interesting. The more I find out about it, the more I will let you guys know
Heck yeah.
how it's going out there. But yeah, super excited. I know that they're hoping to open. Well, they're not quite sure exactly when. There might be a soft opening sometime in May, but they definitely want to be open by sometime in June. And as soon as I know the exact dates, I'll make sure to let everybody know.
Gotcha.
So Wizard Mode.
Wizard Mode.
Yes.
Very good.
It's going to be fun.
All right, so Joby, you move here. What's keeping you here?
Yep. I mean, finding folks to play music with is a big one.
Yeah.
Through the old time jam, I met everybody in Amateur Rodeo. Sorry, the Amateur Rodeo.
There it is.
Don't tell Julia.
We won't.
Was Matt part of the Old Time Jam, or did he come in from somewhere else?
No, he used to be there a lot more often, and at some point he started his shift at work changed, and he has to be up at before the sun.
Well, Sean wasn't part of that, was he?
He would be around.
Yeah. Well, what was the mechanic? How did you all get together and start? Did it revolve around Julia's songs?
Yeah. So my version of the story.
That's what I want to hear.
When I first came, it was way more common that it'd be old time for a few hours, and the last hour was kind of anything goes. It'd be the same people who had been there, but the folks who really, really wanted just all old time, they'd had their fill and moved on. There'd just be a few people left, and
You can switch it to third gear.
yeah. So for instance, I'd hear Matt play his version of the high energy minor "You Are My Sunshine."
Oh, yes. Yeah.
At one point, Julia picked up a guitar, and I'd known her for a couple months by then. Didn't realize that. She sang or played guitar, and she played 81. And there were just 3 of us still there. I played cello along with it. And when she finished, I, half joking said, "Hey, you want to start a band?" And she said that she'd been thinking about starting a band and that she kind of wanted a cello in it.
Oh, my gosh.
And within
Amazing.
a couple of weeks, she had talked to everybody else.
Yeah. John and
Yeah, John and Sean and David and Matt.
cool.
And she came up with a name.
Oh, she came up with the name?
Yeah, it had
That's
that
why
name from the
it's
beginning.
The amateur.
The-
rodeo.
Well,
That's
at the beginning, it was just Amateur Rodeo, and then a little while later, she wanted to add the.
Yeah. Fair.
I have to put a shout out because the Amateur Rodeo is I said
You did it. Very
just-
good. Good job.
It's such a good time band. It's a fantastic time. It's it's a party, but it's also the vocals and the songwriting, the instrumentation is amazing. So it's kind of best of both worlds. It's
I would
just one
say-
of
I
my
would-
favorite bands.
Yeah, I would say it's
love
beautiful.
that band. It is beautiful.
It's pretty.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all are a very you're a pretty band.
Oh,
They're
my
Oh
gosh.
man, y'all make really
Just like
pretty
our
music.
band, we're pretty.
Yeah, oh, shucks.
No,
Pretty old.
no.
It is such
Who said that?
such a great time. Oh my gosh, yeah. Do you have a gig coming up soon? What's the?
Yeah, I mean the 2 main ones have
Yeah.
already been mentioned. We're
Yeah.
playing tomorrow
Okay.
at Restless Moons,
Yep.
or I guess tonight for the folks who listen to this
There you go.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yesterday
Grayson.
for the rest of y'all. And then gosh, what is whatever day the Townies Together is?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's okay. Those are the two.
I think that's May 30th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Townie Together is
If I'm wrong, just drop by Restless Moons. There's a
is.
poster, and
is.
probably other places in town.
Right.
yeah.
You had mentioned getting into some more serious stuff. The Carnival de Resistance, or however you pronounce that. That was a political action, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean it was. it was spectacle and art and music and dance and theater and whatever, but was a group of getting people to think about like ecological justice and economic justice. And at least part of it was pointing out to people of faith, to Christians in particular, that like those themes run all through your book. Tevin East, who was the main leader of it, she like really identified as a person of faith and as an artist and as an activist, and was frustrated that so many times in her life she couldn't find groups that were all three. And it's like pick one or two. So that was one of the dreams of that, was to like draw in folks from each of those ends of the triangle and try and get them to meet each other.
Where did that start? They were not from here. They just came here.
Right. So Tevin had previously lived in Charlottesville for a few years, and at the time in 2013 she lived in Philly. So that's where she like organized it from. But the reason that the first time we did it was here in Harrisonburg was we actually did both here and Charlottesville. So 2 weekends here and then 2 weekends on the other side of the mountains. And she just already had, like, one of the things that was important to her was, we're bringing a somewhat heavy message and challenging people to, like, think about, like, how can you be involved in, like, paying attention to, like, making the world better for, everyone else now and, our kids and our kids' kids. And didn't want it to be a like drive-by. We came in and sang real loud at you and had a lot of flashy dancing and costumes and whatever. So like it was important to her. Everywhere that we did it, she worked about a year in advance to find local organizations to connect people to, so that we could say like, hey, whatever part of what we did that you really connected with, like, was it food security was the issue? Well, here's some folks who are doing community gardening, who are your neighbors. And we're going to go to, like, we had members from all over the place. I came from Chicago, she came from Philly. We had folks from Mexico and, the West Coast and all over. But like tried to make a point of leaving connections.
That's so cool. That's fantastic.
And you had mentioned on a text with me earlier about you were a part of a group called Food Not Bombs here in Harrisonburg.
Yeah, it's we're just starting it up. Like, just one of the things that's been really interesting for me is I've been here 5 years now, or almost 5 years, and hadn't really found my people, my organization, to do that kind of like, let's make the world better for our neighbors. And just one of my, like, these are really heavy times. One of my silver linings has been I've been seeing so many more people than I had been before, who are like looking for what can we do. For me, I have been an anarchist for over 20 years. Don't necessarily have to get too deep into what does that mean, but if anybody, I'm happy to talk to anybody who wants to. For me, one of the ways to, like, if I'm in a bigger city, to like find other anarchists is look for Food Not Bombs, which is it's a thing that people do all over the place. Everywhere that they do it is independent and autonomous. The first folks who did it was in the like late 70s, early 80s, and they were really big on anti-war, probably nuclear disarmament stuff, and like took the question, like, why do we spend so much money on bombs when we've got hungry neighbors? And basically they were like taking that question and decided, well, like, let's throw a picnic about it. What Food Not Bombs has usually been is, trying to keep discussion about how does society allocate resources, and is it in a way that meets everybody's needs, by taking food often from waste sources, like make friends with folks at the farmers market or grocery stores or whatever, and figure out what do y'all do with your ugly tomatoes that nobody buys.
Right.
What do you do when stuff's just, you know that this needs to get cooked up like tomorrow, so you're going to throw it out. Can we take that and make a meal, take it to a park or whatever, and sit down with whoever shows up. Certainly, in some places, it can look kind of like a soup kitchen, but that's really not the point. One of the core ideas in Food Not Bombs is solidarity, not charity. That the idea is not that here we are swooping through to feed these hungry people, as much as here we are with a meal to share and sit down with whoever shows up and ask how our lives could be improved and how we can improve each other's lives, instead of waiting for, Washington to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that's awesome. I know. I mean, my wife was involved in Food Not Bombs through JMU back in the early 2000s, and then that kind of had its own separate thing downtown that was different than the Little Grill's soup kitchen. But they did inevitably kind of joined together at some point in Harrisonburg. But this would be like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it's been interesting because, like I said, once I was in town for a little while, thought I'm gonna be here. Is there a Food Not Bombs? And there's all kinds of evidence on the internet that there used to be.
Yeah.
And so maybe later I'd love to talk to you about what used to be here, because it's kind of hard to figure out when it ended or why it ended.
Well, I think about Kim Pickett. She didn't. She was the Food Not Bombs, wasn't she? You're giving me a smile. You know too much.
We'll talk about that when the microphones are turned off.
But
Kim, shout out to Kim Pickett and Rory.
My question is, because I've heard it before, I'd love your take. I've heard some people describe Harrisonburg as a place that's friendly to activism, and it is a matter of finding your people. Would you say that that you've been able to do that here?
Yeah, I think especially now, there's ways in which I'm sure I was being picky.
Sure.
I've known some. There's things that I think are really cool. Like Emmanuel Mennonite has a meal every Tuesday that looks a lot like I'm describing.
Right.
But the folks who are doing it, it's like they want to work within church structures.
Sure.
And
right.
I'm not against that ever.
Yeah.
But,
right.
I was looking for other kinds of things
Yep,
that aren't just the church.
Yep. Yeah, that's
I do think I think it is important to keep all the channels open to everyone.
Yeah.
And even it can be so difficult in the way things are fractured and extremely bipolar in the country right now. But there are you can find common ground. We're all still human beings, and and we want people to be alive and enjoy themselves and have enough to eat. I think no one's really against that.
Yeah.
If you get right down to it.
Yep.
One of I used to help do the soup kitchen at the grill sometimes. I was not an all the time guy, sometimes. And it is a good feel. If you've never done a soup kitchen, it's an interesting place to be. It's
Sure.
The people are incredible. It's different. It's just not what you would. It's not what you think.
Were you working there when they would bring the soup kitchen food? There would always be the guys like, "Hey, get some of that soup kitchen food out." Somebody would be catering, and they'd bring us a whole thing of. Don't know.
When you were talking about food being left over, people. So the Little Grill, this is also back in the 2000s, became the spot where people would dump their food. Okay. So if you had an event and you didn't eat all your food, you brought it to the grill. Okay, so we have a little walk-in refrigerator, and that thing got packed.
I'm sure.
And so we're trying to sell hummus, and we're trying to do we're trying to make money, okay? And and it's just we're getting filled up with old barbecue chicken and just and then a Panera bread. They would come dump all theirs. Costco, as soon as all their stuff's out of date, it was here come the Costco cookies. And
I don't know if that's legal anymore or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it is either. But it was insane the amount of food.
Well, we'd be in there in the 90s, and there would be 7, 8, 9, 10 people just hanging around all day and
just waiting for the food.
Just hanging around in general. But when the food did show up, we'd all be eating. Everybody that worked there, Hilbert, Robbie, me, everybody, the whole crew.
Yeah, but And maybe it's a different time. I'm assuming I'm assuming that all that food is now funneled to the OCP.
I don't. They throw away so much. It's horrifying.
Yeah, I know. Like nationwide, something like 40% of food that gets produced winds up in landfills.
Amazing.
You know, which is part of
Holy
why
moly.
it's the food not bomb strategy to like not aim at having to buy much if you can build relationships and
Yeah.
find the leftovers. Which, speaking of which, if anybody listening to this has any leftovers, I guess the way to get in touch, there's a food not. It's both. There's an Instagram that's FNB Harrisonburg, and a website fnbharrisonburg.org.
I will definitely try to put some links in the show notes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we are finally. We've been meeting for a month or two. Finally, like about to do our first picnic.
Cool.
May 2nd. Like we're doing it 11 to 1 at Westover Park. So yeah, it'd be,
Very
it'd
cool.
be great to see anybody there. If you want to be part of it, our last planning meeting before that is this Saturday at 2 p.m. at Hillendale Park.
Nice.
Sweet. There was one more piece that you had mentioned that I just want to bring up. The Mountain Valley Mutual Aid. Are you a part of that group?
I have not yet done anything with them, but it's something else. I mean, there are a lot of things springing up.
Yeah.
Like I know Indivisible's been really active. Last night I was at that Flock camera, learn about the cameras that are tracking everybody in the city.
Isn't that crazy?
And the work being done to convince the city council that maybe we don't need to pay to be spied on.
Yeah.
Just a couple of. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. Mountain Valley Mutual Aid is one of the things that I would like to get more involved in, but haven't had the chance to yet. Mutual aid is one of the core anarchist ideas of let's meet each other's needs. MVMA is a newish organization that is trying to do that. Focus on building caring communities that just help us all survive and thrive together. I did reach out to one of the folks from over there and got some here's what I should shout out for them.
Yeah, please do.
It seems like at this point they're on Facebook and Instagram and on Patreon, which I just discovered today.
Oh, nice.
I signed up, and on Facebook there's a Mountain Valley Mutual Aid Requests group.
So if you were in need, they're taking requests.
Yeah, and I mean it seems kind of like it's the free cycle groups where you just post, I have this dresser, I don't want it, who wants it?
Yeah.
Right.
It's that kind of thing of hey, post your needs here, and people who see it and can help meet those needs, jump in.
That's really cool.
So just to put the two together really quick. So you're an artist. You play music. You also have another job that you make your other money from. But you also have this anarchist / community. Do you see your art and that helping the community coming together? Is that do you see those two things working?
Yeah, it's funny. I actually kind of meant to when you were asking about how did I get into magic. Part of that was just after that first carnival. I found this interesting exercise that was about kind of finding your mission statement. What I arrived at, it was kind of what needs do you meet by the things that you're doing? When somebody asks what do you do, instead of saying
I work for so and so.
Yeah. Actually, it was a super short TED talk that I think was called "Discover Your Life's Purpose in 4 Minutes."
Cool. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And anyway, what I got out of this exercise was the things that I really enjoyed doing. Playing music, telling folk tales was actually my role in the carnival that first year. Was considering, I was just getting back into learning magic and kind of thought that the need that I really enjoy meeting is helping people connect with their sense of wonder.
Cool.
Yeah.
Magic is perfect for that.
Right. No, that was
yeah.
that was exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It was that's that really resonates with me. Let me actually really dig into this.
Well,
magic thing.
it's something that I appreciate about you. I don't know if anyone's ever told you this before. I think it might be the hair and the beard. You have wizard qualities to you.
Wizard mode.
I would say when I first met you, you're very friendly, you're very kind, and I just thought, you're engaging, interesting, and fun. And you remind me of, I would assume, like, if I was to see Gandalf come to my village, Joby is like Gandalf coming to Harrisonburg.
With an accordion?
With an accordion and a cello. He's not playing a guitar. No. He's got this, and it's beautiful. And it's a hard instrument.
This next
to make
song is called "You Shall Not Pass."
So I feel like Harrisonburg's so lucky that you landed here, man.
I'll just quick piggyback on that. That's the sentiment I have, and Joby, we've been able to play music together and hang out together, and I say this a lot on this show, but you're the kind of neighbor that I love to have.
Yeah,
and
right.
I think that's it's awesome. So we're putting on our bid right now. You can't leave Harrisonburg. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You cannot go to the Queen City, that's for sure.
The Queen City's
We
great.
still love you, Stanton. We still love you, Stanton.
Actually, that's okay. They're close enough. We can
we can
roll down the stand for Friday night.
We'll allow that.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever need to join another band, that would be the other thing too. I'm sure we can work something out. Man. Now, are we good on time?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So, just thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you coming here and talking about some of that stuff.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I do know Sarah Pritchard is one of the people involved in the Mountain Valley Mutual Aid.
Is she any relation to Grayson?
I believe she
Hi,
is.
Grayson.
Yes. Hello, Grayson.
Hi,
I
Grayson.
can't believe I almost said Keshline. That was her old last name. So sorry.
Uh-oh.
I know. Whoa, weird.
The day Grayson stopped listening.
I know. Grayson's like, I'm done. But she's given me a little bit of information about that. And I think that is such an interesting, what a cool piece of community that they're trying to make happen. Just to be able to help people. I mean,
Yeah, right.
yeah, it's interesting.
Cool. Well, thanks again for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All
My
right.
pleasure. Thank you.
That sad little chiming from the clock in the hall.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
Bing bong, bing bong. Once again, this is Bingo is Life, the podcast. You can listen to us anytime you want to on whatever streaming platform you choose. Join us live and in person, 7:30 Tuesday night
Yeah.
at our sponsor in tropical downtown Harrisonburg,
Ruby's Arcade. Yeah.
for Bingo is Life on the big stage.
The big stage. Yeah.
Loud and in person. That's a 7:30 to 8:30. And once again, Joby, thanks for coming down here on short notice. We'll see you all again next time, kids.
Bye.
Word.
Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers How to Show and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.